So today, we're going to track this incredible cascade of momentum that's been building up inside the Cardano ecosystem. We're going to connect the dots, starting with the really fundamental code improvements, and follow that trail all the way up to some major validation from big-time institutions. Let's dive right in. And you know, it's a really critical question to ask. We all get caught up in the price charts, they grab all the headlines, right? But the actual health of a network, well, that's usually found in places that are a lot less obvious. So today, we're going to dig into the underlying activity, the stuff that really signals sustainable growth. All right, and we're going to start at the very heart of it all. Value, actual value, being created and then shared directly with the people who are participating in the whole system. Okay, so what you're looking at here is fascinating. It's a real-world example from a DeFi project on Cardano called Angel Finance. And what it shows is a clear-as-day system where it's not just the project pocketing the profits. Nope, they're actually sending it back to the people holding the tokens. This is a real, functioning economic loop right here in action. And this number right here is what makes it so real. We're not talking about some abstract idea of value. We're talking about a cool 1,524 ADA going straight into the wallets of token holders. This is exactly what a healthy grassroots economy looks like. Real rewards for getting involved. But, of course, for apps like this to even exist, let alone thrive, they need to be built on rock-solid ground. So let's zoom out a bit and look at the foundation itself, how the core Cardano network is being made stronger. Now this is the kind of update that every single builder and user loves to see. It's a straight-up confirmation from one of the dev teams saying, hey, after all those improvements and fixes, the network is running smoothly. It's a huge signal of reliability. And look, this isn't just some vague promise. The developers have been tackling very specific, very crucial issues. We're talking about things like transaction chaining, balancing orders, even tiny rounding issues. The takeaway here? All these nitty-gritty fixes make the network way more robust and efficient for anybody who wants to build on it. But you know, tech is only half the battle, right? For a truly decentralized system to work, it also has to be able to make important decisions and make them quickly and effectively. And check this out. This number just perfectly illustrates that point. When a really important budget proposal went up, 40 of these decentralized reps, or DReps, voted yes pretty much right after it was submitted. I mean, within hours. That shows you've got a governance system that's agile, aligned, and ready to fund the work that needs to get done. Okay, so what happens when you've got a stable network and you've got this super responsive governance? Well, you start building on it. And I mean building everywhere. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. A major hackathon happening right now in Bangalore. This isn't just some virtual thing. It's a real-world gathering of talented people, all focused on building the next generation of apps for Cardano. And just look at who's behind this. This is the amazing part. It isn't just one group doing it alone. You've got the big core organizations like the Cardano Foundation and IOHK, and they're working side by side with a whole bunch of other key projects. This is a serious show of unity, everybody rowing in the same direction. And this quote, I think, just nails the whole vibe. It's all about empowering developers, no matter where they are in the world, to come and contribute. The focus is squarely on innovation, on talent, and on pushing the whole ecosystem forward as one. Okay, so let's recap. You've got profit sharing, a stable network, quick governance, and global innovation all firing on all cylinders. And you know what happens then? The big players, the folks in traditional finance, they start to pay attention. And bam, this is a huge headline. An ETF, or exchange-traded fund, is basically a regulated investment product that trades like a stock. It makes it super easy for a way bigger pool of investors to get exposure to something like crypto. So let's really break this down, because it's important. The filing comes from the New York Stock Exchange for a fund managed by T. Rowe Price. I mean, a huge name in asset management. And the most critical detail? Cardano's ADA is explicitly named as an asset the fund can hold. This is a massive stamp of approval from the institutional world. And just when you thought that was big news, there's more. We've got another key designation, this time from right inside the United States. Just look at the company Cardano is in on this list. It's being put in the same category as the biggest, most established names in the game. Bitcoin, Ethereum, you name it. Being called a strategic asset is a really powerful signal about how its importance and long-term potential are being viewed in the US market. So this is how we tie it all together. Think of it like a momentum cascade. On the one hand, you have all this internal ecosystem activity, profit sharing, a stable network, fast governance, and global hackathons driving innovation. And all of that hard work, all of that internal momentum, it cascades directly into what you see on the other side: serious, undeniable recognition from major institutions. And all of this leaves us with one big, powerful question. It really seems like all the foundational pieces are clicking into place, and the world of traditional finance is clearly taking notice. So, what happens next? What does all this new validation and stability unlock for the future? That, right there, is the next frontier we're all looking at.